Hi, welcome to my world. My name is Olivia.
This is Olivia, a party designer. Let's check out what a day in her life looks like. She starts her morning with designing backdrops and props needed for her party setups.
So I'll be using silver glitter cardstock. Then I'll be using my silverware cutter to do the cutting.
After retrieving the materials that she needs, Olivia heads to another unit. This is where all the baking magic takes place. Olivia and her mum bakes all the cakes and desserts used in their party setups. Each cake is created from scratch and individually decorated according to the theme of the party.
She's actually applying the shortening in order to not let the cake stick onto the pan after baking. So usually we'll put a piece of baking paper below as well.
After mixing all the ingredients together, the batter is poured into baking tins and baked. You can smell the wafting aroma filling the whole studio.
We'll put in a stick like this and then we take it out. And if you see that the stick still have cakes like all over the sticks, it means that it's not cooked yet. So it should come out clean at least, and then you can see that it's dry. We have two different kind of sponges for the cake. We have chocolate base and vanilla base. So for the vanilla base sponges cake, right, it's actually mainly used for flavors like vanilla longan, vanilla lychee, strawberry shortcake. And the chocolate ones are mainly used for the chocolate base, like speculoos, chocolate ganache, which is our best-selling flavor. The rounded one is actually for our pinata cakes, and then these are for the normal cakes actually. So after this is cool off, she will need to slice it into different layers so that it will be more level and balanced for every cake that we use. While she's preparing the pinata boom shell, I will actually get the board and stand by the holder so that once the boom shell is ready, I can just put on it. For all our pinata cakes, right, by default, there will be two cupcakes. One is actually for the wording, so one is actually for the candle. We will also put like things like meringue kisses. Do you want to try? Is it nice? Toys, macarons, marshmallows. It actually depends on the theme also, but because this theme, I find that yellow is actually quite suit. So I actually put some yellow marshmallow and some of the hot air little hot air icons.
Wow, the cake looks amazing! Today is the day of the party. Olivia gets up fresh and early, in time to finish up her preparations for the party setup. The morning hustle begins. Olivia has to pack all the props and decorations that she will be using for the party setup. And the job's not done yet. Olivia has to cut every piece of decoration by hand.
Cutting wise, right, a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. They will try their best to rotate their wheels or even the blade according to the shape. But actually, you don't have to. What I suggest is, every time when you cut, try not to force it. If you see that this stroke straight down is easy, then you just go one straight down. Then you tilt your board and go again. Don't try to make a curve purposely if you really cannot. Yeah, because some angle is really very difficult, and then it will actually end up spoiling the foam boards. I got to admit that when I first started, I spoiled so many foam boards. I just print, cut, and then I keep getting it wrong. So I have to redo, reprint, and I wasted a lot of money on that also. As time go by, as in like my skills of cutting also getting better. Currently, I need to fix on the lights, the light bulbs, and the LED light on this board, so that when we put on the backdrop, it will be lighted in. Usually I will design the holes to be not so closely near each other. If not, when we on the light, right, one certain part will overshine. Then you will see that the fonts cannot be seen clearly. I just need to make sure this is fixed on and it will not drop. Okay, done. So this is how it will be like. Throughout the whole journey, right, I learned a lot of things. Like initially, I have challenges because when I got some papers and then they keep getting stuck. Then I realized that actually papers have long grain and short grains. So we have to find out how our printer roller actually works, and then which grain actually suit our printer more. So throughout the things I learned this kind of small nitty-gritty stuff. Then I learned how to operate the silhouette cutter. I pick up Photoshop, I pick up Illustrator. So these are the skills that we actually use to apply for a party setup. Every night I will be watching tutorials on DIYs, on cakes, on designing, on how to even repair my printer if my printer down. I hope that one day I can actually pass on my skills to another person, be it my worker or anybody, then so that they can actually learn also. Usually I try to be patient because I know that not all the clients understand design, or not all the clients know. Sometimes they have a concept in mind, but they cannot relate it to us, and we don't understand them also. So I try to be patient with them and try to bring out, like maybe show them some reference photos and stuff like that to bring out their thinking. I will tell myself that, hey, I know a lot about parties, but they don't know. So now I am trying to guide them, so it's okay for them to ask me a lot of questions.
Olivia is doing a final check on the cake before they head to the venue of the party. She has to arrange transportation not just for herself, but also for everything that she's bringing along. With the help of the driver, they're ready to head to their destination after loading up the van.
Hello. Olivia to do the setup. We actually usually pump different sizes. I find that it looks cuter in this way, like having a different variation rather than all fixed balloons. Then you don't see the different colors and dimensions. Fixing up the backdrop, because especially backdrop like the ones today is actually foam boards kind. Comparing to fabric one is quite easy because you just log in and then set up the lights and that's it. This one we need to make sure that it doesn't fall. So when we design this globe, we will factor in the length of the stand to the backdrop. So when we are doing that time, right, we will know that, okay, for example, this is 2 meters, then the stand is 2 meters. So from one end to the other end, it should touch for the corner. So that's why the most difficult part, right, is actually the designing part. Because designing, you have to think of all the measurements also. So that when they print out, right, then when we put everything on, it's accurate. This business started after I had my first child, and then she kept falling sick, so I have to resign from my job and I stayed at home for a while. Then I find that it's very boring, so I decided to just do something that I really like, and this is how I started the events things. This become like part of my life so much that I'm very, very committed to the extent that I decided to either I make it or I quit. I need to take out this one and then display the cakes. Then while she prepared put in all the batteries for the new lighting.
Olivia's dedication to her work can be seen by the amount of care and effort she puts in. Most success comes with struggles. We should learn how to embrace them and use them as opportunities to grow.
In general, like for a party setup, usually we will have props related to the theme. So for today, right, because it's Let's Travel, so I try to put in more fun things that is unusual. So I actually add on this vintage camera props. It's a prop, it's not a real camera, so don't worry about spoiling it. We also have like things like suitcase and of course all the little world traveling elements on it. I mean, of course you will need passport and boarding pass to travel. So this is what I included in as well. I even got my lighter globe here, to actually match with the theme as well. So I think overall, this concept is just about traveling. So there are actually a lot of different countries, landmarks and icons. Yeah, it makes us feel like we are really traveling. This is my world. How about yours?